Hello guys, so today we're going to focus on a strength training program or full body training, but using weights for our main component, and then focusing on dynamic stretching to warm us up, and then towards the end of the strength training portion, we're going to work on a little bit of core training, so the abs and the back. And then we'll do a little bit of static stretching to cool that down. All right, so I'm gonna take you through first the dynamic warm-up. So dynamic warm-up is moving through movement while stretching. So getting the brain, so the nervous system and the muscles to prepare for movement during the strength training component. All right, so let's start off first with a little bit of squatting to get the lower body joints and muscles warmed up. So feet are hip width apart, so just right underneath the hips. And from my side view, we're gonna come down nice and easy, bringing those hips back and keeping the chest up as you squat down and slightly forward. So we're gonna aim for 10 reps here for 4, 5, 6. So just remember to only go down as far as you can control that movement and what feels good for the hips and the knees for you. And remember, each person's going to be slightly different on that edge. All right, so it's coming into a 3-way leg swing. So focusing on bringing the leg forward and back to begin. So we've got a lot of things happening here while warming up the one side of the body. And then as we're moving through the movement, we're also stabilizing on this side of the body, getting the ankle joints and the knees and the hips to fire and work accordingly. All right, so try not to put the foot down. Let's go side to side. And again, with the balance, if you're having some issues with that, just put your hand on a wall or a chair to help you balance at home while practicing the warm-up side to side. All right, and now bringing the knee up, and we're gonna open the knee to the side. Now, if you can, get the arms incorporated in there. If not, place one hand on that chair or wall and focusing on helping you with the balance while you warm up the muscles. Now, when you're bringing that knee out to the side, you really wanna think about contracting this glute here as you open the knee to the side, because you really want to warm up that muscle group. All right. Okay, so changing sides, so other side, so forward and back. We're going to aim for 10. Ooh, 3. Apparently I need to put my hand against the wall. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then crossing it over the body. Again, you can use a wall or a chair, putting your hand there for support, and just helping yourself out with your balance a little bit while you concentrate on warming up the muscles and the joints. All right. Okay, so we're gonna bend the knee, open the hip to the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good. All right, shake that out. All right, so we're going to bring the feet wider than hip width. All right, now 2 variations for this one. Now, if you're good and you can fold forward and walk your palms side to side just like this, great. You can move into that movement right now. If not, what you're going to do is you're just going to work it side to side. So you're working the hip joints, the knees, the ankles. So you're just really warming up that body and moving side to side. So we're aiming for a couple more here. Good, all right, and we'll bring it back to center, walking the feet in and slowly rolling up the back. So rolling it up. All right, so standing up nice and tall, we're gonna place the palms on the hips, bringing the feet hip width apart. Fold forward over the hip bones, sliding the palms down the legs, flattening the back, and lifting up. Sliding forward is really nice to warm up your hamstrings, your lower back, your calf muscles, and big lift. So let's aim for 6 here. That's 3, 4, 5, and one more for 6. And then gently rounding the back to bring yourself back up. All right, so it's coming back to center. Let's rotate around the core. So working on the abs, the back, and just moving through the spine. So remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. We always tend to hold the breath when we do our movements, so just make sure that you breathe. All right. Okay, so coming back to center, we're going to bring the arms out in front. You're going to pull front to back. So squeezing the upper back and chest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and circle forward. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse big lift. Open it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then big reach to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so we'll do some elbow rotations. So start with those going in the out direction, and then in the in direction, so in the opposite. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rotating at the wrists. So going maybe in the out direction to start, and then in the in direction. And because we're doing some gripping of the dumbbells today, we definitely want to get the wrists in there, focusing on those movements through the fingers, the wrist joints, the elbows, all the way up to the shoulders. Good, and then rotating the shoulders, maybe starting in the reverse position, and then in the forward position. All right, and then finishing off with the calf raises. We have a little bit of calves to do today in our program, so pumping the heel up and down. This one tends to get a little bit confusing. So when you lift the heel off the floor, you're extending the front leg, and then as you lower the heel, you bend into the front knee. So it's a little pumping action between your front knee and your back heel here, your ankle. All right, so for 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and switch sides. All right. And again, pumping that heel up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, okay. All right, good job, guys. Now we're going to get into the weight training portion. So let's begin first. We're going to get onto the mat. So I'm going to go through a full body workout today. And then over the course of the weeks, we'll focus on other various muscles as well, learning our movements, the proper form, how to adjust your weights, what kinds of reps and sets to use. So for the first exercise, we're going to focus on chest press on the floor. And for this whole portion of the strength training, we're going to work on 2 sets per exercise, and we're going to aim for 15 reps. Okay, so laying on the mat, We're going to bring the dumbbells to the chest, so picking an appropriate weight, bringing them right over the top of the chest. Now you can do a couple things with the legs here. You can keep them flat on the floor with the soles of the feet connected. Or if you want to work the lower abs, you can bring the feet to the sky, maintaining a little bit of a pelvic tilt, so making sure that the lower back connects with your mat. So lowering the arms down, you want to make sure that they bend, the elbow bends at 90 degrees. All right, so here we go. So we're pushing up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, breathing out, 8 as you push up, 9, 10, 5 more, big push, 1 over top of the chest, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's bring it down, tuck the elbows in, lower the palms and arms down, resting. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to rest. So I'm timing you for 30 seconds. So just making sure that when you're pushing through the arms, when you have a little look at that arm that's resting onto the floor, that you see a 90-degree bend at your elbow as you're working the arm up and down. Okay, so let's get ready. So bring those arms up to 90 degrees and big press up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So down nice and slow. Try to power push up for 5. Slow on the way down. Push up 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. For 3 more, big push up. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so lowering the arms down, connecting the backs of the arms with the mat. Slowly lower the dumbbells down to the floor, and then we'll sit ourselves up. So if you're going to sit up, it's good to just tip over to the one side, pressing the opposite palm to the floor, and then gently lifting yourself up properly from the floor. All right, so just being careful not to strain the back. If you're trying to come up into a sit-up position, some people try to do that as well to get themselves to sit up properly, but it's safer to lean over on the side, using that opposite arm to connect it with the floor and gently pressing yourself up. Okay, so moving along. So grab a quick drink. We're going to move on to lateral raises to the side. So for me, I'm just going to lower my weights a little bit for my lateral raises. So when you're doing the lateral raises, we'll go through a couple tips here. You want to gently bring the feet hip width apart. Knees are softly bent into the knees. You're softly bent into the knees, and then you're going to raise the arms out to the sides. Now, when you raise the arms out to the sides, you want to think about keeping a slight bend in your elbow, okay? Now, another variation of this one, if you find that extending the arms out to the sides like this is a little bit too much on the shoulders, either A, lower the weight, or B, bend the elbow 90 degrees, and then lift to the side. Now, it's important when you're doing this one that the elbow remains at a 90-degree bend, 90 degrees, as you lift through the whole part of the exercise. So you do not want the arm to come in. You want it to be out 90 degrees as you lift up and down. Okay, so picking the style that you want to do, we're going to aim for 15 reps. And just remember, if the weight's a little bit too heavy, halfway through the set, you can't do it, put it down and lower the weight. And then finish your set. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, breathing out, 10, for 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, good. Now let's rest. I'm going to time you. 30 seconds of rest, grabbing a drink, letting the muscles relax, put your weights down, grabbing that quick little rest. All right, 10 seconds. Okay. So bringing the feet hip width apart again, and again, this one can also be done in a seated chair or on your ball, whatever you have available. If you do not want to stand up, bending the elbow at 90 or keeping the arms straight. So here we go, nice lift, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost there guys, breathe out, 10, for 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, and 5. All right, okay, good job. All right, so grab a quick drink guys, rest up. We're gonna move on to the next exercise. I'm going to show you a couple of variations of this one as well. Okay, so if you have a chair or a ball, great, you can use either one. If not, I'm going to show you another variation where you do not need to use any props at all. So for the next one, we're going to do a row. So a row is really good for the upper back muscles. So you're working through the biceps, the triceps, and all into the upper back. So on the side that you're working, you're going to gently step the foot back, coming into a split stance. Resting the palm on the chair or the ball in that bent position. Now, if you don't have that prop, you can rest it onto the upper thigh. So we're going to gently pull through, drawing the elbow up, but keeping the arm tucked into the side. So we're going to aim for 15 reps. So begin when you're ready. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so changing sides, so you're going to change the foot position. For me, I'm just going to change my prop, so I'm going to bring my left foot back now, and my right palm comes to the prop, so I'm just going to use the prop as an example now. So rowing with the other side, we're going to aim for 15, big lift up, 1, 2, keeping that elbow tucked in, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right. Okay, so good job. That's set number 1. So we're going to grab a quick drink, rest up, allow the muscles to recuperate, and then we're going to change sides. It's always important just to get that little rest in there when you're doing any type of lifting, just so that the muscles can recover a little bit, because they're going to feel fatigued, right? And it's important to just sort of regain a little bit of that strength back so that you can continue on with your next set. Okay. Okay, so it's getting ready. We're going to bring the Right leg back. Well, my right leg, whatever side that you started with. Folding forward either onto the ball, chair, or front of the thigh. Big lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, for 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, let's change sides. All right, so I'm going to move my chair. All right, so switching feet, don't forget. Nice big lift up, squeeze. Drawing the arm close to the body as you lift. Don't let that elbow flare to the side. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's aim for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, that's set number 2. Okay, nice job, guys. Let's put down those weights, take a rest. So we're going to give the upper body a little bit of a rest now, and we're going to move on to some lower body. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to doing some squats. So we did the squats in the warm-up. As you remember now, I was teaching you the dynamic warm-up. I was taking you through some of the movements that take place during strength training to help you prepare the mind, the nervous system, and the muscles so that they can all work together and they're warmed properly. They're going to fire properly. So taking your weights, you're resting them on either side of the body. Alternatively, you can use no weight, or you can hold one dumbbell at the chest. Okay, so your choice. Okay, so when you're doing your squats, your feet want to be hip width apart. Lots of different variations of squats. This particular one, we're doing feet right underneath the hips. Now, when you do that, you're going to drive the hips back, chest slightly comes forward to counterbalance between the butt and the hips, or the chest. Okay, so let's say for 15 reps. Let's get ready. So lowering down, drawing that belly in. You want to contract those abs for 2, 3, trying to work at the pace that I'm counting at. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, perfect. Okay, so I hope that felt okay. So grab a quick break, quick drink. So just remember that when you're doing that one, the feet stay hip width apart. And when you're doing the squat down, it's also important to engage the abdominal wall. So you want to think about keeping the abs nice and tight as you lower down and as you lift up. So you don't kind of want to just let it all hang out. That puts a lot of pressure into the back. So try to really contract those abs right in here, keeping the chest slightly up. Remember, don't lean forward in a squat. Don't lean forward. It's just a slight forward, and you're counterbalancing between the upper chest and your butt. Okay, let's do that again. One more set. So down nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathing out as you push up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's aim for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Okay, guys, good job on that. So leg muscles are always a little bit of a challenge. Bigger muscles require more oxygen uptake, so it makes your heart rate elevate a little bit more. It makes you feel a little bit more breathless. So we just want to bring that heart rate back down a little bit, grab a drink, let the muscles rest, and then we'll change it up. So since we're going to be changing it up, you want to begin to work yourself down to the mat now. We're going to be laying on the mat. We're going to be focusing on bridges next. Okay, so laying on your back, we're going to bring the hips to the sky, squeezing the glutes, and then lowering back down. So you want to think about pushing through the heel of the foot. You can also bring your toes off the mat, drawing them towards the shin, and you'll feel a little bit more of the glute and hamstring here where the two of them connect at the top of the leg on the posterior side of the body if you worked from the heel of the foot. If not, that's fine. Keep your feet on the floor, arms are to the side. Now, if you want to add a little bit of weight, you can definitely add one right across in between hip bones, lifting up, squeezing the glutes, and back down. So let's aim for 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, good. Okay, now relax, big stretch out. Maybe point those toes, arch that back a little, reach those arms over the head. And then just relax the arms. Give yourself a little bit of a rest. Then we'll come back to doing another set of the bridge. So again, if you want to add that weight, you can, right on the hips here, just between the hip bones. Just make sure you hang on to the weight. All right. Okay, so alternatively, just remember if you're not using the weight, the arms can come out to the sides. And then just doing a big lift up, pushing through the heels of the feet and lowering back down, pushing it up for 2, breathing out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's aim for 5, big push up, breathe out, 1, 2, 3, squeeze that butt, 4, last one, and 5. All right. Okay, so nice work, guys, on the bridges. So to get up, we're going to go through how to get up properly again to just save the back. So you're going to roll over to the one side, take the left palm or the right palm. So the opposite is to whatever side that you're lying on right now. And then just press yourself up using the other hand to support, and then just gently walking yourself up. Now, it's also key too that if you have some knee issues or you have a hard time getting to and from the floor, it's important to get from the floor to a standing position correctly. So coming into that low lunge position. So when you look at your low lunge position, you see that the knee is bent at 90 degrees here, and the knee is also bent at 90 degrees here. Now, for some of you, you might find it just a little bit easier to use a prop as well. But what I always like to teach is how to use those muscles properly to push up. A lot of the time what I see with clients is that they push right into that knee joint, and then they try to put all that pressure into that knee to stand up, and that's just not the case. So keeping this bent at 90 degrees, what you can start with first is now you're going to push through both legs to get up. So tuck your back toes underneath, push through both legs to step back up. Now, if you need a little bit of a prop at first to help you out, you're in that bent knee position, hand on the chair, and then gently using both legs again to push yourself up, and now you have a little bit of a prop for stability. Okay, so standing back up, let's grab a drink. We're going to grab our dumbbells. We're going to do some bicep curls. Okay, so we're going to do bicep curls with the palms facing away. So you come into feet hip width apart, palms facing forward, and it's going to be a nice big lift up and a lower down. Lifting up and lowering down. Okay, so here we go. So let's pump off 15 reps of those. So squeezing those biceps at the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, breathing out, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 more, 1, 2, last one, and 3. All right, perfect, guys. Okay, so let's grab a quick drink, have a rest, shake those arms out. I'm gonna just move my dumbbells out of the way so that I have a clear workspace, and make sure that you guys do the same thing. You make sure there's nothing laying on the floor. Everything that you're not using is off to the side, creating a nice safe space so you don't trip on anything. Okay, so we're going to come back to that bicep curl again. Now I just want to give you another little tip when you're doing the bicep curl, making sure that you're not compensating by swinging the elbow forward as you lift. Keep it stationary to the side, curl. Try to make that correction first. If you can't maintain it, then lower the weight. Your weight is probably a little bit too heavy. All right. Okay, so here we go. Nice big lift up, breathing out. 1, feet hip width apart. 2, knees are soft. 3, abs are tight. 4, breathing out. 5, 6, aiming for 15. 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, good job, guys. Okay, so grab a drink, rest up. We're gonna work on the triceps next, and then we have a calf raise exercise to do. Then we'll move on to some core and then cool down. Okay, so with the tricep kickback, again, you can use your stability ball, you can use a chair, and you can use your thigh, just like you did with the row. It's going to be a very similar stance and similar movement. So we have to pay attention to the movement of this one because a lot of people do mix these two movements up. Okay, so coming back into that split stance, folding forward. Now my elbow is tucked into the side of my body. Okay, so my elbow is not doing the row position, it's tucked into the side of the body. The dumbbell comes up towards the shoulder, and then I kick it back, full range of motion, and forward again. So back and forward. So I'm working the tricep muscle up here, but I'm moving from the elbow to the fingertips, back and forth, okay? All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, good job, guys. Okay, we're going to change sides now. So switching the feet, pressing the palm onto the mat, or sorry, onto your chair, ball, or just resting on the front of your thigh in that bent position. We're going to tuck the elbow in, big lift back, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, good job. All right, so let's rest up. We're going to change sides again. So resting up, grab a drink, let those muscles recover a little bit. You should feel comfortably fatigued now at this point, and also as you work each muscle group. Now just remember that when you're doing the kickback, the elbow has to stay tucked into the side of the body. So there's no swinging in the elbow. Now, if you can't make that adjustment with the weight that you're using, you need to lower the weight, okay? Tucking the elbow in. Here we go, big lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's change sides and feet, right? You're going to change your split stance. Okay, so elbows tucked in, big lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, good job, guys. Okay, so grab a quick break, grab a drink, rest up, and then we're going to move on to some calf raises next. All right, so those triceps should feel pretty worked right about now. Okay, so as you guys are resting up, I'm going to demonstrate the next exercise. So I'm holding 2 dumbbells at the side, and what I'm going to do here is just bring my feet about hip width apart, and then come up onto my toes and lower back down. Okay, so abs are nice and tight, my back is tall, shoulders are down and back. So let's get ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's aim for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, good. Grab a drink, rest up, and then we're going to do one more set of the calf raise. So give you 30 seconds of rest. We'll come right back to it. And then we're going to bring it down to the mat after this one. Work a little bit on the core to finish off, and then we'll focus on some stretching, some static stretching to cool it down. All right. Okay, so let's get ready. Here we go, big lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's aim for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, guys, good job. All right, let's rest up. So moving your weights off to the side. So we're going to focus now on some core work. So let's find our way down to the mat. We'll finish off with a little bit of back work for the core and a little bit of abdominal work for the core. So a little bit of both. All right. Okay, so let's start off with the bird dogs first. So coming down to a kneeling position onto the floor, palms underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. We're going to start off first with the arm extension and then change sides. So just make sure that you're doing opposite arm to leg, okay? So let's get ready. Abs nice and tight. Here we go. 1. Bringing the arm all the way up to the ear. 2. Extend that leg out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, so rounding the back up like Mad Cat, pressing away from the floor, opening up that spine, dropping the chin, tucking the tail underneath, and then slowly dropping the belly down, lifting the chin and tail up, stretching your belly muscles. Good. Okay, so it's coming back. We'll do one more set. Get ready. Contracting the abs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Raising that arm all the way up to the ear. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, one more, here we go, 16, good, round the back, tuck your tail underneath, drop the chin, breathing out, and then lower the belly down, lifting the chin and tail up, rounding the back, And dropping the belly down, lifting the chin and tail up. And rounding one more time. Breathe out. And then dropping the belly down. All right, so coming back to flattening the back. All right, so laying on your back, we're gonna finish off with a little bit of the abs and then a little bit of stretch. Okay, so focusing on 2 sets. So laying flat on the back. Now, just remember to only go up as far as you can properly control the movement. That means that as you lift up through the upper back and spine, you're just making sure that you don't see that your feet are trying to come up off the mat to try to compensate. If you notice that, reduce the range of motion and only work with inside of that range of motion that feels good, that you're not compensating through the hips and lifting the feet. Okay, so palms either out to the sides or resting on your thighs, breathing out as you lift up, reaching up towards the kneecaps for 2, 3, let's keep that going for 4, 5, 6, try to keep up with the tempo, breathing out, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's aim for 5, breathing out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, extend the legs and arms, big stretch through that whole body, pointing the toes, reaching the arms overhead, big lift. All right, let's do one more of that. Okay, so feet flat on the floor, either arms at the sides or palms on the thighs, reaching towards the kneecaps. Inhale and exhale out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's aim for 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, one more, 15, good. All right, nice job, guys. Okay, connect the soles of the feet together. Let's focus on stretching the groin muscles, so the muscles on the inside thighs as well as the joints around the hips. So bring the arms out to the sides, just sinking into that stretch, relaxing the body, breathing. Don't forget to breathe, don't hold the breath. Just try to let any tightnesses go that you're feeling. All right. Let's draw the knees back together. Bring the arms right out to the shoulders. Let's lower both knees to the left side while turning the head to the right. And breathe gently. And slowly rolling everything back to center and gently rolling it over to the other side. So looking over to the left shoulder while the knees rest on the right side. And just breathing. And then gently drawing everything back to center. Okay, so we're going to roll over to the side of the body. So resting on the side, we're going to bring the heel towards the glutes. So if you can't reach and you've got maybe a knee replacement or it's really, really, really tight there and you can't pull back on that, just think about bending the knee, keeping the hip in alignment with the bottom hip. So they're stacked one on top of the other, and then just maybe reach the arm back, but try not to grab the foot if you can't. That's fine. So you're still stretching the upper body. You're just working with your comfortable range of motion. And if you are taking the top of the foot or the ankle, just slowly bring that in towards the glute. And a nice stretch through the quadricep, trying to relax the muscles as much as you can. All right. Okay, so let's release that. You guys can roll over to the other side, but I'm just going to switch directions here so that my back isn't facing you on the mat. So again, you're taking the top of the foot or the ankle and just keeping both hips in alignment when you stretch the muscles. You can extend the one leg out underneath or bend the knee for a little bit of stability. And just remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. All right. Good, and then extend. Okay, so we're just gonna push ourselves up again, coming into that seated position. And we're gonna bring the legs out in front, reaching towards the ankles, maybe on the sides here at the sides of the legs, maybe the knees as far as you can go, wherever you go comfortably, looking down, rounding into the back, relaxing the shoulders as much as you can. And inhaling and exhaling. All right, so then we'll just gently walk it back up. All right, inhale, connect the fingers, lift the palms all the way up towards the sky, breathing out. And then slowly lowering down, connecting the fingers together, squeeze the shoulder blades, open the chest. And then bringing it around, again, connecting the fingers, pressing away, lower the chin to the chest, around the back a little bit. And then inhale, bring the arms up, lower the right one down, and we'll cross over, taking the left palm just on the elbow of the right side. Just gently applying a little bit of pressure so that you can stretch the triceps. So I'll get up and show you the posterior view of what that looks like. So just stretching like this, and then now you're going to change sides. Good, and then relaxing the arms down, let's lower the chin to the chest, and while we're doing that, I'm just going to have you rotate the wrists. If you're in that seated position, just bend the elbows a little bit. And then don't forget to change directions of the wrists. Relax the shoulders, lower the right ear to the shoulder, then center of the chest, slowly rolling back, and then to the other side. All right. Okay, and relax, guys. All right, so nice work today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the full body strength training and conditioning class for today. Until next time, we'll focus on something a little bit different each time when we connect. I hope you enjoyed the class, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.